Ready? Welcome to the Arlington Bluebell Walk, which is our 49th year. Today I'm going to show you a virtual walk as we're not open to the public. So last month, both of these Millennium Avenue was full up with wild wood anemones and daffodils. The daffodils have finished now, and then we've also got these fritillaries that are growing, that my late mother planted, so that people can see things as they're growing, walking along the lovely path here with all the lovely oak trees that were planted 20 years ago. So let me show you what's going on in the woods today. What a difference the day has made. A week ago when we videoed this live, it was so cold, the wind, but now it's absolutely glorious, which means it's really bringing the wood anemones out. They just love the sun and they're sunbathing in the sun. The bluebells are appearing, so let me show you. And here's my father, John McCutcheon, who started the Bluebell Walk.
Sitting there enjoying this wonderful weather and thinking how sad it is that no one else can enjoy it due to the COVID-19. So shall we walk round the wood and just enjoy what an ancient wood produces every spring. This year a lot earlier than other years because the winter has been so mild. But you can see the bluebells just beginning to come.
I love the wood anemones. I think they're just so magical. They're like sort of lovely stars. Look at their faces. They love coming out in the sun. So in the evening they just close up, and normally you don't always see them appear, but normally the bluebells are out, but now they're really a massive carpet of white. I can hear a bumblebee. I think it's in the honeysuckle. So can you see the bluebells are just beginning to appear? So they'll be about another week before then you'll have a massive blue.
At the moment not many leaves of the trees have come out, therefore it lets more light onto the woodland floor. This is what encourages the bluebells to flower.
Because today was the opening of the woods, obviously the charities aren't going to be here either, and today was going to be the opening of cancer research for children in Polegate. So all the details are on their website. Oh, pheasant nesting. So we walked through here. So this is the area that was coppiced about 5 years ago to let all the light come into the wood, and which now allows the wood anemones and the bluebells lots of light, because that's what they like. You see that mass of white. Absolutely stunning. So they really are coming out to because of the sun. So if it was a cold day and without any sun, then we wouldn't have much light at all. Can you hear the birds as well? I can see all the shoots coming up from the coppice area. It's growing up again.
Yes, the young seedling hornbeam and ash. We've got quite a few ash. Normally deer come into the wood and tend to graze off these young seedlings, but for some reason for the past 3 years we haven't had many deer in the wood. Or rabbits for that reason. So we don't need tree guards, and we don't need to plant any young trees as we used to in the wood, because there are so many coming up naturally.
But you're also very busy in the winter, aren't you? Because you're sort of weeding the wood.
Yes, we have to keep the brambles down. Not that the brambles kill off the bluebells, but they hide the effect of the bluebells. So we keep brambles down and bracken down. So over the years that's been done, so one sees very few of those. Normally in this area here on the left we have a seat, because we try and have a seat about every 150 metres, so people who have difficulty in walking can move from seat to seat. Some of the seats are permanently fixed, but some we bring in some temporary seats that we have during the 5 weeks we're open. And on the right we have a pedestal that we normally have coloured panels explaining about the flora and fauna one might see in the wood, but there's no point in putting them up this year, because sadly we're the only ones who are going to enjoy walking around.
We're just going to be walking down to the first pond, and there's quite a bit of activity going on. There's some tadpoles. I've been watching them growing, and so we can go down there and have a look. Surprising how low the water now is in the pond, actually.
Well, a few weeks ago we were worried that the car park field would not be dry enough for all the visitors' cars, but now the weather has moved from one extreme to the other, so we could do with some nice gentle April showers.
So here you are, we've just come to the pond now. Incredibly low, the water.
Yeah, yeah.
And the frogs spawn a couple of
eventually turn into little frogs that we'll see in the wood.
So all the charities that we support, and they look after the Bluebell Walk. All the details are on the website. So if you need any further, details of them, then just go on to the website. There's a lovely mass of bluebells disappearing here. Really, we don't need this intense heat for too long, otherwise they really will come out in full bloom. But I think the weekend it's going a little bit colder.
So the charities not only provide refreshments for our visitors, but they welcome them. They sign out the mobility scooters that we have. We have 14 mobility scooters. Last year we used 500 times, meaning those who have difficulty in walking are able to enjoy the wood as we are now. Charities also have to keep our loos clean and deal with any queries that visitors might raise, and it seems to work very well indeed. So we've got 27 participating charities, or should have had 27 participating charities this year.
This is another area that you coppiced, isn't it?
Yes, we coppiced this about 10 years ago, this area. Because we used to have so much trouble with deer and rabbits, we fenced this little area here on the right with a wire fence to show the difference that the rabbits and deer might do to the young growth. As you can see, that's far more forward than what is growing here, because as I said, we haven't seemed to have any deer in the last 3 years to keep these young saplings down. We try and leave any trees that die and fall down. That all helps nature conservation and is a source of food for shelter for many insects and animals, small animals.
We'll be doing some more videos, not live ones, but throughout the opening of the season, and just seeing how the wood has developed and how lovely the bluebells are. That's stunning here. In the winter we discovered a bramble that, didn't we?
Yes, and bramble, we're just coming to it on the right hand side. has very unusual leaves. And I should have found out the name of it, but it's the first. Again, the water level is quite low.
Very.
Whereas a few weeks ago it was filled to the brim. And all the water that collects in this pond is all surface water. There's no spring here. Well, that tends to hold the water, but this warm weather it starts to evaporate. Never gets completely empty or dry. We're coming up to the memorial glade. We planted young holly to try and make it a secluded area.
So anyone who's just joined us, this is just a live video link because it's the opening of our Bluebell. So we wanted people to see what's going on in the woods. This was a poem written by an wonderful Arlington outstanding poem writer. Volunteers at the Bluebell Walk every year, makes fantastic cakes. So she's just emailed me and I'll read it to you. It's all about wood anemones. When winter trees shake off their sleep, no more their silent vigil keep. They shake that sleep that clouds their eyes, to settle on the ground in drifts of white, a springtime heaven sent surprise. With nature sweet, scattering petals at my feet, you are the flag the Callian call, despite our troubles and woes, remind us life's not bad at all. Thank you, Jill. So we go up to the pond, and then just beyond the pond is some more work done in the winter. And again, it was really challenging because we had the most wettest, obviously everyone knows, the wettest winter, and machinery was really making so much mess because we were desperately trying to get it ready for our opening, which we had no idea this is what was going to happen. It's a new coppice area, again to let light into the wood, so that all the wooden enemies and bluebells can actually really take full glory. It also allows new growth of wood to come.
Yes. Coppicing is part of the management of an ancient wood. So my father, years ago, he bought the wood in 1921. He used to cut an acre a year and go round for firewood. But we, because it's only 24 acres, we cut about 3/4 of an acre every 4 years. Only working around the wood. If the coppice gets too mature, it tends to blow over. And this year, for the first time, we've made wildlife piles. Rather than burn the toppings, we've created 2 big piles. We saw that idea at Great Sixter Garden, where they've been doing it for many years. So that's something we're going to continue doing every time we copy.
So the sheep and the lambs get turned out once they're old enough to look after themselves. So you can see them out there grazing on the fresh lush spring grass. Birds are busy.
You can see a wildlife pile. It creates shelter for small birds and mammals to hide away from predators, and over the years that will slowly rot down, and I just think it's a great benefit to nature and the whole wood. The damage to the bluebells are near the piles, where unfortunately it got quite muddy, but we tried to plant bluebell seed that we collected last autumn, and hopefully by next year it'll all be green again. This is a clump of butcher's broom, which is an indicator of an ancient wood. It's called butcher's broom because in the old days butchers used to use it because it's quite spiky to clean their wooden blocks where they used to chop the meat.
What a difference a whole week's made after coming down here when that wind was really howling down and it's so cold, so it's amazing. Everything's just really coming out.
So these are the stumps from the mature coppice that was cut down, and they'll all sprout again, so you should see them full of new shoots next year. But you can see how much more light it lets in, and that reinvigorates all the wood anemones and bluebells.
There's a lovely clump of bluebells there. So do stay tuned, we'll do some more videos throughout the bluebell season, and just sort of thinking of all our charities that would have been helping, you know, with supporting them and everything. So just sort of saying that all the details are on the website if you want to get in touch with any of them, and definitely we'll see everybody next year. Sending all our love and best wishes, and you know, stay at home, and yes, we're just so sorry about the whole thing.
Everyone keep safe, please.